Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to me, please consider hitting the like button and maybe even the subscribe button. Right, so Jason Arday, right, so he seems to be the talk of the town at the moment. The guy, the black professor that has been accused of plagiarism. I've already made a video about him and it was about plagiarism in general. I'm not going to repeat that. If you're interested in that sort of thing, give that video a watch. Right, I seen a news article, I think it was the Herald. I will put the screenshot of it as a thumbnail to the video. But basically, the title was, whatever mistakes were made does not negate the wider benefits of equality, equity, and inclusion, basically. So it seems that the establishment, the mainstream media, whatever, are determined to double down on DEI, and even though it's been blatant in this case, shown to be an utter disaster. I mean, it's not just the fact that he cheated, right? It's the fact that he was teaching students, right, on the back of a PhD that he was not qualified to hold because he'd plagiarised somebody else's work. And I seen another news thing come up in my Facebook feed about somebody that was taught by him, and the gist of it was that he was turning up late to lectures and things like that, and he was spouting basically nonsensical bullshit, for want of a better word. What he was saying didn't make sense, and that in itself should have been a red flag to anybody with a bit of common sense. Like students, I mean, they're supposed to be like inquiring minds and all that. If they'd went away and done even like a bit of research and that, they would probably very quickly realise that this guy was an absolute like chancer and an idiot, do you know what I mean? Now back to the whole DEI thing, right? I mean, it doesn't matter like how bad things get. It doesn't matter how many times that this is proven to be a disaster. The wider narrative can't be questioned. It's just that one guy that was a problem. He was just a dud, do you know what I mean? It's nothing to do with the ideology as a whole. And everybody can see the plot holes in this narrative. There's more fucking plot holes than Swiss cheese. In fact, there's more fucking holes than there is cheese at this point. But that doesn't matter. The establishment will find some way to cling on to this narrative, right? Even when it's falling apart round about them and it's obvious to anybody with two brain cells to rub together that this stuff just does not work and should not. This policy should be abandoned with extreme prejudice. And for things like academia, right, it's like it's academia. This is supposed to be like the brightest minds in the country going to a higher education, and not just any institution. Fucking Cambridge, of all places, paying tens of thousands of pounds. Money that they don't have, right, that they'll be paying back for fucking decades after they qualify, if they qualify, with a fucking meaningless degree taught by a guy that didn't have a fucking clue. I mean, this needs to stop, and that university needs to be held to account. There's no way that they didn't know that he had plagiarised that. There's no way they didn't know they must have known that he plagiarised that, and they've just turned a blind eye. They've turned a blind eye, and that makes whatever examination team, the team of lecturers that examined his thesis and all that, they're all culpable. It's bad enough what he did, right? But for fuck's sake, man, bringing academia into disrepute, making people's degrees worthless, basically defrauding students out of tens of thousands of pounds on teaching that is absolute hot air. Absolute hot air, man, and that's putting it politely. And you're getting the mainstream saying that, oh, mistakes were made, but that doesn't mean that DEI and the broader benefits are not helpful. Do you know what I mean? Mistakes. This wasn't a mistake. This was a series of deliberate cover-ups and turning a blind eye to the blatantly obvious. And how many other times has this happened with regards to DEI hires that should not be in the positions they're in because they just aren't qualified? And it brings me to another point, right? Equity, the whole equity thing, right? In order for that to apply, say now in an exam situation, right, you either need to fudge the exam so that the less able DEI people are able to reach the standard, which means you lower the standard across the board, or you need to somehow take marks. I don't know how this would happen, right, but you need to lower the average scores of the people that are really, really high hitting, high achieving people that have not got in a DEI ticket. But mostly I think what happens is that you're basically lowering the standards so that these people can hit that target, and then they can justify it by saying, oh, they reached the standard, but the standard is not the standard that it used to be. It's been lowered right down so that these people can get in and all that. It's a damn disgrace. It's a blight on society. It's an insult to these people because they are not qualified to do the roles that they're being shoehorned into. And when it eventually gets found out, it plays into the hands of genuine racists, this case actually. People that are genuinely dislike people of colour will be in glee. They will be rubbing their hands together. I can't rub my hands together because I'm holding the phone, but they will be frothing at the mouth at this stuff. And honestly, like, do these people that push these policies, do they think they're doing the people of colour community any favours? Well, I can tell you right now, they are not. They're bringing a lot more bias and scrutiny against them. And this whole saga has been an absolute disaster, and I think we're going to see more to come. Anyway, thanks for watching.